This week I started my new program. It's a fasting program called Essential Reboot, and I've been getting a lot of feedback from people, a lot of questions about the program. I'm actually a little surprised because it's a fasting program, and I know that fasting sometimes can be a bit difficult for people, so it's been really interesting to see such a huge interest on fasting. And what I've been getting a lot from people over these last few days since the program launched is the question, why fast? Why do you fast? Why is it important? Why have virtually all of the great spiritual masters of the world used fasting in one way or another? And why do I use it in my own practice? There are various reasons, but the one that I love the most, the one that I concentrate on the most and that helped me the most, was that fasting exposed my relationship with food. And what does this mean? Literally, when you start drawing down on food, you begin to notice what kind of relationship you have with food. And I'll give you an example. Suppose you say to me, hey, I'm not addicted to coffee. I can stop drinking coffee whenever I feel like it. And let's say the next day you stop drinking coffee. What would most likely happen if you're a habitual coffee drinker is that you will start feeling headaches, your body will feel horrible, you'll start getting withdrawal symptoms from removing something that you're used to having. And the same thing happens with food. If you have any underlying pattern that comes from your subconscious mind that involves food, it will be exposed the moment you begin to draw down on food, the moment it begins disappearing. You'll start noticing how your mind relies on food a lot. And this is important because food is used by the mind so frequently as a way of soothing internal voids, as a way of masking internal issues, as a way of kind of filling any kind of emptiness you may feel inside. So if you keep using food, if you have a toxic relationship with food, what happens is that your mind keeps using it as a tool to soothe itself, and it doesn't allow you to evolve because you never actually expose these subconscious patterns that involve your cravings. And so this is why fasting is wonderful. When you begin to draw down on the amount of food that you're eating, then you begin to see your mind's cravings and the difference between the craving of the mind or a craving or hunger of the stomach. All of these things become clear to you the longer you go on a fast. And then what happens is wonderful, because once you see how your mind uses food and maybe the inappropriate ways it may use food, then you are free of your cravings, because it dawns on you, you begin to realize how the cravings of the mind, once exposed to the truth, they lose their power over you. So there's a huge potential for transformation and for evolution of consciousness by simply doing a fast. And a simple fast, the way that I do it, I use intermittent fasting, not real fasting. So if you want to hear more about Essential Reboot and how I use fasting for the evolution of consciousness, just shoot me an email and I'll let you know more about the program. But in general, that's what fasting does for you. It shows you your relationship with food and whether that relationship may be hampering your evolution. Thanks everyone. Have a great week.